This conspiring to injure myself? Yes. I'm the plaintiff of these lawsuits, these class action lawsuits. Now, for some reason, you've refused to remove your fraud and forgery. Last week, we went through what was called miscarriage of justice. Yes. As the lead plaintiff, class action lawsuits. You know, I can go through each of those dissolutions of marriage where you didn't give notice to the respondent. Yes. Because you made up some bullshit excuse. Yes. But every time you admitted as actual evidence the testimony, the audio and video. Now your miscarriage of justice, your treason, yeah, it exponentially increases the amount of damages. Do you not understand? Yes. The rules of the court, the requirements of the law. Yes. Now, we can look at this dissolution of marriage again. After my wife motioned the court for default dissolution of marriage, yes, where I had responded, you decided to continue with the dissolution of marriage. Yes. After that moment, I no longer got any notice of court hearings. Yes. That would mean at this hearing, when you issued this child support, yes, without proof of service, yes, you could not admit anything. It is a treasonous miscarriage of justice to not have proof of service. Now, court rules allow for a certain number of days, yes, and then the requirements of the law require you to have proof of service in the file before having the court hearing. Now, this bullshit about domestic violence. You have conspired to injure myself and my family. Now, the settlement conference setting, 9 a.m. settlement conference, yes, sealed confidential report declarations. The declarations are not admissible without proof of service. You can't just say the guy's running off trying to get out of having to go to court. Now, I'm going to want the audio and video of every court hearing. Yes, yes. See, you say the petitioner did or did not motion the court to reissue the temporary protection order. Well, there was no attempt of service from June 1st to June 12th. And then there was 2 attempts of service, but I was not served. Yes. And then 48 days later, you issued the protection order without the actual signature of the petitioner. Now, without the testimony of the petitioner, this whole idea of conspiracy, is that the signature of the ex officio superior court clerk? Under the penalty of perjury under oath while on a witness stand. Is that the signature of Christy Miller? If it's not, yes, then you have to remove it because it's conspiracy against the enforcement of my rights as an American citizen. That would call into question the hearing that took place, motion hearing, Brent Baisden. Yes. Did the petitioner appear in court? Yes. And did she agree to the court hearing that you had on July 31st of 2015? Did she appear in court right now? Now, I'm not just going to sue this county. Do you? Well, here we go again. Right. Oh, this idea of arresting me for crimes that I didn't involve myself in. Yes. Citation, Sequim Police Department. Oh. It looks to me like somebody said I committed a crime of violating the restraint provisions of the protection order. Yes. The same protection order, where you used forgeries to issue under the penalty of perjury. More than likely, the petitioner didn't appear in court. That means you have no admissible evidence of any wrongdoing. Sequim Police Department. Who was it that alleged that I violated the restraint provisions of the protection order? I was in Port Angeles, Washington. Yes. I had slept at the Serenity House that night. Yes. I was on the bus that morning. Yes. I was at the Hagens and I was at this library. Yeah. Now, since I know there's no possible way that I was in Sequim, There seems to be this problem with me suing you. Do you not understand the significance of the lawsuits? That would mean every court hearing that we had when you arrested me on January 4th was not, well, whose testimony did the judge listen to? Pooh, Judge Porter. Do you remember when I said, can I say so? You said at my own peril. I told you, right now, I will sue you for every court hearing that you issued a court order as a miscarriage of justice because of your complete disregard for what the